Shalom. Um, all honest to the elders and all the rest of the brothers out there pushing the truth, And this right here is to cover the topic of gang stalking. And at one time, it wasn't that popular, but man, obviously, it's a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual journey, man. A lot of not everybody goes through it, so it's most definitely a sign that you're God's chosen people because it's a spiritual thing. And if you look at it as a spiritual thing, man, Satan is out there trying to sift us brothers out of this truth any way that he can, and try to make you feel like God had took his grace from you, man. But for real, it's just part of your fiery trial. And I pray that y'all brothers and sisters, that y'all will be able to endure through this because it's obvious not everybody goes through this. So, going through this is a sign, man, that you are part of God's set apart ones and they're his chosen. Without the internet community, um, of brothers and sisters and believers, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them is, not under the banner of the Bible, man, but it's still some spiritual because this goes back to the Bible verse that many are called, but, what I'm saying, few are chosen. But we are most definitely those who are going through this process in spirituality and being able to see spiritual things in this lifetime, is most definitely because, the Father has chosen you apart out of the world. So the world don't like you, and it's all to make you lose faith in your walk with the Father because He has you on a path that many. It's the narrow path, man. Many are not on it. The rest of these people they are just portals, and basically, I mean, a portal, man. They are Satan's children. They are Satan's seed, man. So his spirit and the spirit of whatever devil or whatever sin or devil that they worship, man, or that they like, is able to jump into them at any time, but it's not able to use you, and they can see your light, and because they can see your light, you're constantly in persecution, but there's no way that you're going to be a follower of Yahweh Shah and on the right path without persecution, because if he has gotten persecuted, so should we, and him most definitely more than us. But we also got to remember that he already overcame these things, and it's the Bible is nothing. It's talking about nothing else but being stalked by these evil spirits, aka gang stalking, and the battle versus light versus darkness. Every every prophet, man, and most definitely Yahweh Shah, man, all we from the beginning to the end have went through this same process and of being tempted that way. And I hope this encourages you, brothers and sisters, man, that y'all on the right path, man. Most definitely, the closer we get to the end, the more it seems like this thing ramps up. But at the same time, man, we already had a victory, and it's a sign and a down payment that you already got spiritual power, on a certain level, man, when you be able to see these things and understand these things. And, we have brothers and sisters that didn't have the spiritual aspect of this understanding who actually killed people or killed themselves. But he said, don't suffer as an evildoer, and as a murderer and all these other things, man. So, we must walk circumspect to know that basically we're Neo in the Matrix when it comes to having the cheat code for this Bible. And there's really no other book that's going to save you that even gets this, a lot of them things that, they call themselves spiritual and spirituality, you can, without the Bible, you can't even gain understanding from what they talking about. If you can't cross-reference it back to the scriptures, man, it's not going to help you at all in this. So, I pray that y'all brothers and sisters stay up, man, take care of yourselves. But it's the spirit that quickeneth them. Remember that. The flesh don't avail much. It profiteth nothing. So I just wanted to read Jeremiah 9:3. That's when we start at. And they bend their tongues like a bow for lies, but they are not valiant for the truth upon the earth. For they proceed from evil to evil, and they know not me, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. So basically, these different organizations that come up against you, because, these evil spirits are able to use anybody who is on the outside of the temple. And all you brothers, who are most definitely of of the Israelite faith, y'all know what I mean, outside of the temple, man, that means that they are not holy. That means that they are profane like Esau, but it's also the 2/3. It's every other nation. It's anybody that's on the outside of the scriptures, man. Because we know, even though we're not perfect at keeping the law, and we know that, what I'm saying, Yahweh Shah is the only way that we're getting into heaven, and we're going to be able to, what I'm saying, receive that kingdom or any type of knowledge or protection. We know that, but we still try to practice doing the righteous deeds, and we repenting every day. We what I'm saying, trying to order our household right, but our household, the first household that we try to order right is ourselves. And the Father has quickened us in such a way and given us a light in such a way, man, that these demons, man, they can see who we are. And I know a lot of y'all, what I'm saying, that's just part of being humble. And, we have to remain that way too, that you don't look at yourself like that. But just because you don't look at yourself like that, you know what I'm saying, don't mean get weak. You know what I'm saying? Because your faith still needs to be in the right place in these times to come and now. But, I understand fully that a lot of you brothers, what I'm saying, don't see yourself as anywhere with the Father, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just you being meek and lowly, you know what I'm saying? That's why the Father is actually, he loves that about you, and I have to reassure myself sometimes too. It's better when you hear from somebody else's mouth than to think highly of yourself. But I do understand. But you should be able to tell by where you're at now compared to where you was yesterday, or years ago. Mainly that He is working with you, and you're a totally different person, and you can just tell that this world around you, how you've grown in the faith, man, that you're a different person, and all of that comes from Him. That's a gift. So most definitely, these evil spirits that come out and lie, man, against you, you know what I'm saying? It seems like they just know all your business, right? Because they know you, these familiar spirits. But they want you to think it's a physical thing. They want you to think that, you know what I'm saying, that basically there's no salvation, no mercy with Yahweh Shah, but that's a lie. And with Yahweh Shah, but that's a lie because you can look at your own life and tell it. These scriptures are coming to pass each and every day. And there's no other true book but this. So the battle is really against you for your mind, because the people who are part of it don't see what you see, even with the battle against you. They basically, what I'm saying, bearing false witness, even though it's a spirit that's using them to come against you. Because that evil spirit is familiar with your family. That what I'm saying, it's familiar. It has been here forever. Since the beginning of time, since they first made spirits, them spirits have been here doing what they doing. You know what I'm saying? Just like when Satan asked for Job and for Peter and all of them, and God said, "Can you consider serving Job?" You know what I'm saying? And just like it did with Yahweh Shah and all of that, these are the processes that we must go through so we can be made and tried like the silver and the gold. And it's good. I know it don't seem like it's good when you're going through it, man, because it is a rough time. But this is a sign that the Father is treating you like His kid, because He's purging you of your impurities now. A lot of people gonna have to be purged by death by pain, man. We don't want that. We don't want that. You know what I'm saying? So He's refining us now. So remember that. And I love y'all, man. I wish that a lot of us were closer than we are, because it's like myself, there's no other person who is like minded as a brother as me right here in these little towns that I live in. And it's a lot of y'all brothers and sisters going through that. But there's people who don't even come under the banner of being an Israelite, who might be confusing to face Jakes. They going through this too. They going through this too. And I know y'all, whoever can receive that is going to receive it, Excuse me. We know all Jakes don't look like Jake. Some of them look like the heathen. But let me just keep on going. A lot of people are also caught up in these fake fraternities and stuff like that. These occult practices. That basically anything else outside of this Bible and outside of the truth is witchcraft. Just remember that. That's why they know not God. That's why these spirits is able to jump into them, and most of them are family members. First, okay. Take ye heed every one of his neighbor, and trust ye not any brother. For every brother will ugly supplant, and every neighbor will walk with slanders. Because that's part of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like neighborhood. It looked like it's a neighborhood policing thing, but that just lets you know that when the father said, "I'm gonna say," basically, I think I don't want to mess the verse up, and I really, you know what I'm saying, don't have it written down to go there right away. But it's like I'm gonna save you like one or two from a household, or this many from a city. That's going down. It's going down right now. That's how being a so-called TI or empowered individual or targeted individual, that's how it can go down because he ain't saving everybody. You the one he's saving out of that city. Yeah, rejoice. You know what I mean? But let me finish. You can't trust your brothers and all of that. Basically, this is when it's getting tight on that narrow road. It's getting tight, man. It's always been tight. But now it's even more tight because now he's the veil they got so thin, man. You can see these evil spirits. What a gift! What a gift! You can hear them too. They be running their damn mouth, man. But anyway, um, and they will deceive everyone his neighbor, and he will not speak the truth. They have taught their tongue to speak lies, and they worry themselves to commit iniquity. They'll do anything to take you down, man. They'll do anything to make you basically make you come back to sin. 'Cause that's the whole purpose. The whole purpose is to make you come back to sin and not trust in Yahweh. By Hashem Yahweh Shah. They don't want to hear that. They don't want you to walk in that. So therefore they send these distractions and these obstacles to try to get you off your path. And your path is to be a prophet. Your path is to be a teacher. Your path is to mainly just walk and to walk after Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? To that straight path, that straight walk, that's your walk. And they want to do anything to, to try to get you to get carnal. And they want you to depart from your maker, from not believing. But we have to remember our ancestor, Abraham, was counted God's friend just by having faith and doing what he said do. And, that's a prayer that I have for all y'all brothers and sisters that's in the truth, because I don't pray for the world just like Christ don't pray for the world. I pray for y'all, man. Remember, it was the faith part first that had this whole thing for us to be established through Yahweh Shah. So remember that, man. I want to be the Father's friend too. Thine habitation is in the midst of deceit. Thou deceit, thou refuse to know me, saith Yahweh, Hashem Shah. Yeah, see, they refused to know him. See, when they took them oaths, man, I live in an area, man, where I can just ride down my street on the way to my house, and people got stars and everything on their crib. They got pentagrams, and I mean they practice witchcraft openly. They might not tell you that's what it is, but it's the spirit that tells us all things. All things. And they come together in their little droves and their little covenants and churches and all of that shit and try to curse me, man. And the Father got just, he showed me, just through my life, man, that it takes so many of them to come out against you, one person, when you have his light upon you and they can't still not do nothing. When it's vexing because we people, we human beings still, but he's the powerful is more is he that's in you than he that's in the world. That's why it seems like that's why the whole world hates you, because the whole world is weak compared to the light that he just give one of you. Remember that, brothers and sisters. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, behold, I will milk them, I will try them, for how shall I do for the daughter of my people? And we can try. We can try to see if we're going to be, because he's going to make us acceptable to one that he's going to make us acceptable to himself, the ones that he chose. And we all pray that we part of that elect, because we want to go in there the first time. We want to be part of the 144,000 us men, But we want to go in there the first time. We don't want to have to know death by pain on this side. We want to walk right in the kingdom when the saints go marching in. Boom, be part of that them first fruits. And I pray that for y'all, brothers and sisters, man, because without the Father raising up a whole lot of y'all brothers to teach this truth and to have this experience before me, man, I would not know what was going on. And my family is y'all, because people in my family don't understand what's happening to me. They don't understand what's going on with me, and I don't even try to make them understand. They don't understand these scriptures neither. But without him raising up great spirits before me, I'd be lost. So he always had the plan, and he basically chose us out of the world, because I know that's how it happened for me. Because if it was up to me, I would have been doing well a long time ago. But my life is better now, even with all the fighting in the spirit. That they was fighting me all along, so I just didn't know it. But my life is way better now than it used to be. And I just like to thank how Bashem and Habashah, Bashem and Crocodiles for that. Thanks. Okay. I'm ready to wrap it up. But Jeremiah 11, verse 11. Therefore, thus saith the Yahweh, behold, I will bring out evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape. And though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them. That's the price of doing witchcraft. That's the price of not of hearing the truth. See, we spread out. A lot of us brothers. A lot of brothers. Some brothers have camps. But a lot of brothers. Are also spread out, and there's no camp. It's just you. But the Father does everything for His own purpose, for His own will, and His will is always to our betterment. But this is so the whole world will hear the truth, and they won't be able to deny that they heard the truth in their day, no matter if they do what the scriptures say or not. They heard it, they can't deny it, and now His word is going into action as He's destroying this world right before our face. So I'm gonna end it right there, and all I can say is I love y'all, and all praise to you, how Bashem Yahweh Shah, Bashem Crocodiles, and stay up, Akim, stay up, sisters. Yahweh Shah, name, pray, amen.